तमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरिः ओम। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय आविराविर्मयेधि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरिः ओम। तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः। Let we be protected, let we be nourished, let we strive with energy and vigor. Let our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om peace, peace, peace. Your nectar-like words and warm and inspiring life stories, eulogized by learned sages, are indeed eradicator of shoots of ignorance. These are auspicious to hear and propitious to inculcate in one's own life. Those who take these words to the world are indeed great benefactor of the world. We are studying Sri Sarada Devi and her divine play. Now, consort of an incarnation sets many examples. Her life is ideal, that is to be followed. It is said in like a good saying, that Ashtadasha Purananam Saram Vyasena Kirtitam. In 18 Puranas, Vyasa, one thing he eulogized very much. What is that? Parupokaraya parupakaraha punyaya papaya parapidana. So it is to help others, to serve others, that one should work. And on the other hand, if somebody tortures someone else, that is papa, that means bad karma. So this is very important. That's why we see in the life of Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi, her life is giving all the time, giving to others, serving others. In all her activities, we find such a wonderful flow of her compassion that it is hard to find in other place. And similarly, what we have to do, we also should try in our lives to follow her, so that we serve others, we help others. When we help others, actually that help comes back to us. In fact, there are no two. So whatever is done outside, it comes back. So whenever we are suffering something, we have to look back. Maybe it is due to my action that I am suffering, and we'll find it. Another thing is ego. Ego is also very difficult to tame. Ego comes, and because of ego, expression of ego, we do something. And because I have ego, or we have ego, so that same suffering comes back, and ego suffers. So in the life of Holy Mother, we see that she is totally egoless. Even somebody insults her, she says nothing. Rather, she blesses. As we find, the crazy ant even beat her. But she never, she was not angry, rather she blessed her, putting her dust of her feet. So we see this in her life. So let us go ahead. But today there is no reader, so I'll read. Because Paul is visiting India. And it is page 100.
Swami?
Yeah. Oh, you can
Would-
read.
You want me? I need to get the book. I don't have the book ready, but I can go get it if you. And it'll take me a minute or two.
Okay, bring. Yeah, 14, yes. Yeah, just a minute, because maybe I have skipped. Yes, 14, correct. So Holy Mother had many companions, and you see, we find a character when one interacts with companions. How he interacts, he or she. So here we see many interactions with her companions. So one was Yoginma, as we have already. Have we read that one? Anyway, there is no harm in repeating. Now, let him come. So Yoginma recalled.
What page are we on, Swami?
114. You can start from Yoginma recalled.
Okay. Oh, just a moment. Oh, okay. I see. Yoganma recalled. A few days after I became acquainted with Holy Mother, she said to me, "Please tell the Master that I would like to experience a little spiritual ecstasy. I don't find him alone to speak about this matter myself." The next day, I found the Master seated alone on his cot. I bowed down and informed him of Holy Mother's wish. He listened but remained silent and grave. When he was in a serious mood like that, no one dared to talk to him. I sat there silently for a while and then left after bowing down to him. Returning to the Nahabat, I found that Holy Mother was performing her daily worship. As I opened the door, I noticed she was laughing ecstatically, and then she began to cry profusely. Tears streamed down from her eyes. This continued for a while. Then she became still and went into samadhi. I shut the door and came away.
See, like laughing and weeping, it is a natural emotion. When you are offering something to God with loving heart, you can feel that joy. And because of that joy, the expression is either weeping, or when you cannot contain your joy, then it comes like expresses itself laughing. So this is, one has to experience oneself. Then only one understands. So when we can experience, like when our near and dear one comes, we are happy. And then we laugh. And sometimes we are in tears also. So they're like that. Yes, go ahead.
After a long while, when I returned to her room, she asked, "Have you just come from the master's room?" Oh, wait,
Yeah, I said, well, mother, you say that you do not experience ecstasy.
did I read? Oh, yeah. Did I read that paragraph before? I don't think I read. Did I read the next day I found the master? Did I already read that? I'm getting. Um, let's see.
So,
Here we go.
Yogi
Returning to
mother said that I see you experience samadhi.
okay.
So, mother was abashed and she
Okay,
said nothing.
there I am. Okay. Holy Mother laughed. Afterwards, from time to time, I used to spend the night in Dakshineshwar with Holy Mother. One night, someone was playing a flute. As Holy Mother listened, she went into an ecstatic mood and began to laugh off and on. I sat on the corner of her bed with great hesitation. I restrained myself from touching her in that state as I was a householder. She regained her normal state after a long time. Holy Mother later said, "When I lived in Dakshineshwar, someone would play the flute at night. I thought it was God playing the flute. That sound would create such an intense longing for God that my mind would merge into samadhi."
So, is it just imagination? Actually, like when your mind is on higher strata, then whatever good that you see expression of God. That is why great one, they even cannot see anything bad in anyone. Sri Ramakrishna would say that I cannot scold anyone because I see it is Rama who is manifesting in so many forms. In every form it is Rama, therefore to whom I scold. So it is love. When it grows, it has no limit. And that is why whatever one experiences, it is expression of God. Yeah.
One day, Holy Mother was meditating when someone loudly called out to her. Her meditation broke and she cried out. The master rushed to the Nahabat when he heard this, and gradually Holy Mother became calm. The master said to others, "When someone is in meditation, one should neither call nor make any noise near that person."
Yeah. Last time we explained this, but when you meditate, gradually your mind becomes very subtle. Even something very tiny or little noise that also uh, looks like a thunderbolt because of it is the subtle state of mind. As we grow, our mind also becomes subtle and subtler every day. See, scientists, they can understand very subtle things, but here it is a different sphere. It is the mind that becomes sattvic when you are in, or someone is in tamas. Even if you beat him, he won't mind. But when a man becomes rajasic, even a harsh word will affect him. And when a person becomes sattvic, even little aberration would look like uh, a big difference. One Swami Virajananji Maharaj. So he has everything measured. So, he would put his hand like this, and cup should be under his and two thumb and finger. And if it is little away from that, he would say, "Where is my cup?" He would be disturbed. It is because of his senses has become so subtle that even little things uh, affects him. Does it mean that we should do like that? Then there will be quarrel in household. No, we should not be fussy. It is not fussy. This is uh, uh, in particular situation when mind becomes very subtle, very uh, very minute, or it can perceive the subtlest of things. See, God realization is not a joke. It is to realize one's own self. And if there is a little thread stretching out, then it will not go to the eye of the needle. That is why it is to cultivate mind. That is very important. What we do by repetition of God's name, gradually mind becomes sattvic, and you can conceive subtle things, subtle movements, subtle waves. And after that, a time comes. See, as of now, we have so many mental modifications, mental waves. So gradually it becomes one. That becomes big. And a time will come when that also subsides. Then what remains, remains. So that's why Holy Mother said that when someone is meditating, not to disturb him or her. Yes.
Swami Nikhilananda wrote, Sarada Devi did not outwardly practice austerities or observe rituals to the extent Sri Ramakrishna did. Her life was one of quiet prayer and meditation, and she never neglected the performance of her duties. She appeared to others more like a householder than a recluse or an ascetic. Yet the ocean of her spiritual experience was as bottomless as his. This shows that she was not just a saint or a mystic, but like her husband, a manifestation of divinity. Sri Ramakrishna was fully aware of Sarada Devi's future. Referring to her one day, he said to a woman disciple, "She is Saraswati. She has assumed a human body to impart wisdom to men, but she has hidden her celestial beauty, lest people, by looking at her, should befoul their minds with sinful thoughts." Both before and after his death, the Master often reminded her of her future role. He gave her detailed instructions about awakening the spiritual power of her future disciples.
So, apparently, Holy Mother would be busy all the time, working and doing daily chores. But actually, she is Saraswati. She is. Why? Holy Mother is still there. Only we need to pray to her earnestly. Even now she appears to the devotees. So my mentor, Swami Sridharananji, used to serve one Swami Shantanandaji. Shantanandaji was a disciple of Holy Mother, initiated disciple of Holy Mother. So one day Swami Sridharananji asked, Maharaj, we hear and we read that Sri Ramakrishna used to go to Samadhi every day, off and on. Did you ever see Mother going Samadhi? All the time we see or we read that she's busy with her works. So Swami Shantananji said nothing. Then he repeated again. Most probably he has not heard what I said. And on third time when he asked the same question, he was a bit irritated. What are you saying, Salil? She is the giver of Samadhi, and she should be in Samadhi all the time. What are you saying? So then Maharaj could understand, yes. So we hear from our seniors that Holy Mother was the giver of Samadhi. And she used to engage herself in worldly duties so that her mind does not run to that state, because she incarnated herself for the welfare of the people. And if she is absorbed in samadhi, then what will happen to her children? Yes.
The Master trained Holy Mother to reveal the motherhood of God in this age. Her maternal instincts had already developed when she was very young, and she was endowed with purity and renunciation, love and devotion, unselfishness, and compassion. Although she did not have any biological children, she saw all beings as her children and she served them like a loving mother. She later said, "The Master regarded all creatures as the manifestations of the Divine Mother. He left me behind to give expression to this motherhood."
One thing I did not explain, that is, Sri Ramakrishna said that Sarada is Saraswati. Now we have to think, Saraswati means goddess of learning. So we learn in our schools and colleges and other places also. What we learn? We learn some reading, writing, and maybe some dealing in this world. So all these are called aparavidya, means lower knowledge. And there is another kind of knowledge which is called paravidya. Yaya tat aksharam adhigamyati, by which one attains the knowledge of supreme, that supreme reality. That is called paravidya. So here mother may not teach us ABCD, because that is not that important. ABCD we can learn from anyone, but Saraswati comes to impart the highest knowledge. What are those? Viveka, Vairagya, that means renunciation, and the higher knowledge by which one transcends death. One transcends all ignorance. So this is mother is Saraswati, means it does not mean that she will teach us ABCD or 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. That is lower knowledge. And the gist of, after university or after even PhD, what we learn? We learn to be a better human being. So when Saraswati comes, she teaches us to be a better human being and endowed with the divine qualities. So that is why mother came. And ultimately, she gives us the highest knowledge, paravidya. So that's why mother incarnated herself. And another thing mother said, that Master Sri Ramakrishna regarded everyone as manifestation of Divine Mother. So he left me behind to give expression to this motherhood. So that is why mother, even I have seen people, those who do not know mother, they also, when they look at mother, they feel that attraction of mother. Recently, even I was talking to one person today. So he said, he is reading Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother also. But mother's simple life and simple behavior pattern attracts him more than anyone. And even when we came seeing Swamiji's dazzling personality. It's bright, and he went to USA and this, that. And later we found that his guru was Sri Ramakrishna. So we became more interested in Sri Ramakrishna. And later we find Holy Mother, Sri Sarada Devi. So that is where we anchor. Even I have seen brahmacharis who go from foreign countries. So when we ask, I am recounting one person, Viresh Chaitanya. So I asked, whom you love most? He said, Holy Mother. So motherhood, that's more important. Yes.
One day, Holy Mother carried food to the master. He was lying on his bed in samadhi, but he looked so devoid of life that Holy Mother began to weep because she thought he had left the body. She had long been worried about his health. Then she remembered he had once said to her that if she ever found him in this state, she was just to touch his feet and that would bring him back. She began to rub his feet. Rakal and the others heard her weeping and hurried into the room. They also began to rub him vigorously. This brought the master back to consciousness. He opened his eyes and asked with surprise what was wrong. When he realized their fears, he smiled and said, I was in the land of the white people. Their skin is white, their hearts are white, and they are simple and sincere. It is a very beautiful country. I think I shall go there.
So Sri Ramakrishna has come here. And before coming here, he came in samadhi. You know, when samadhi means there is no difference between place to place. Desha, Kala, Patra. That means time, space, and cognition, and the people. So he must have visited the Western world, and that is why Swamiji also came here, and their blessings are here. And see how he said, I was in a land of the white people. Their skin is white, their hearts are white, and they are simple and sincere. It is very beautiful country. I think I shall go there. And when Swamiji also came, Swamiji praised American women. He said they are Lakshmis in their beauty and Saraswatis in their learning. So let America be awakened. Okay, go ahead.
The next section is entitled Holy Mother's Companions in Dakshineshwar. A devotee called Pandey's wife was an elderly woman who was very fond of the master and the mother and lived nearby. Sometimes she supplied milk for the master. Occasionally, Holy Mother visited her in the afternoon and carried some cooked food to her. The mother often told Pandey's wife stories of her village. Once she said to her, people in our part of the country quarrel and fight over their property. They haven't enough patience to settle their matters amicably. The possession of land and property is so temporary, and still they are so proud of their ownership. It is only a play for a few days. This body has a form, but the mind is boundless. It can be expanded like the vast space, but it is bound by Maya. People do not know this mystery of Maya, so they suffer and inflict suffering on others.
So Maya expression. So Maya is obstructing force. You know, yesterday we had Vedanta Sara class where people were feeling dizzy. Okay, the thing is, Maya has two kinds of force. One is covering, it covers the reality, and then it projects what it is not. So people, when they are selfish because of Maya, because of attachment to something, then they don't see the relationship, even the close companions, they fight. It is because they cannot see the underlying unity, and it is because of attachment for something or some some uh, likings and dislikings. So one has to be very careful about it, because that is the cause of all our fights. Even big fights also, they are big egos are in play. So it is because of Maya we have ego. To tame that ego, we have to remember God, we have to submit to God. Otherwise, quarrel will be the result. Yes.
Binodini Dasi, or Brinda, or Brinde, was a maidservant for the Dakshineshwar Kali temple. Brinda was a widow with no children, and her home was in Alam Bazar. She was very faithful to Rani Rashmani and Maturnath Biswas, Ramakrishna's first patron. One night during Kali Puja, Matur's wife, Jagadamba, lost her necklace in the crowd. Fortunately, Brinda found the necklace and returned it to Jagadamba. Although she was busy with her duties in the temple, she served Rasmani's family when they visited Dakshineshwar.
Yeah, Brinde, those who have read Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, you can read in the beginning that when M arrives, Brinde was giving the incense. Incense, that's one thing called frankincense. In the room of Sri Ramakrishna. And M asked, could he go inside? He said, yes, Baba, you go. Yes, my son. So that's the same Brinde. Yes.
Swami, did Mathur and Rani Rasmani, did they live near the Dakshineshwar temple or at a distance?
No, they lived in Calcutta, about 7-8 miles away. Maybe more. You see, like if you see the map of Calcutta, they were at the central Calcutta. Whereas Dakshineshwar was outside of Calcutta. So maybe 10 miles.
So how long would it take for Mathur with his, obviously
that time
he had...
It was, they used to go by cab. Cab means horse-ridden cab. And they were jamindars, so they had their own fitan, various names were there.
So maybe only take 20 minutes, half an hour for Mathur?
No. It take about maybe 1.5 hours. So
even with a fast horse?
Roads were not that good.
So even with a good horse, it would take that long?
Yes. Now I'm just I'm telling you, say 10 miles, maybe a little more. I'm not very sure about it. How? I can tell you later.
Mathur and Jagadamba gave Brinda enough money to support her for the rest of her life. She served the master and the mother with great devotion. After the master's passing away, Brinda gave up her work in the Kali temple. Brinda later recalled, I helped the mother with her household work in the Nahabat. There were not too many devotees at that time. I accompanied the mother to the temple and also on her visits to the neighbors. When she went to answer the call of nature at night in the jungle, I escorted her. She was extremely shy and did not talk to the men devotees. Once she had terrible dysentery and frequently went to the bushes, but did not say anything to anyone. Seeing her condition, I told her, What is this, mother? Why did you not tell me about your physical condition? I immediately went to the master and reported everything. He asked Ride to call a doctor. Ride brought a Kaviraj, an
Kaviraj is a local doctor, Ayurvedic doctor.
And later 2 more doctors came to treat her. After recovering from her illness, she said to me, Rinde, you have saved my life. May the Lord bless you. I told her, Mother, from now on, if you are not well, just tell me. Then everything will be taken care of. I served Holy Mother and received her blessings. She loved me very much. When I stayed with her for a long time, the master teased us. I see your conversations do not end. Those days were wonderful and joyful. It was all the grace of the Divine Mother.
Yeah. And another thing, because of water pollution. That time it was less pollution, but still people were not very alert. They would drink Ganga water without boiling. And I have seen also later also they do that. So though Ganga has purifying agent there, a kind of virus, not virus, it is called, yeah, phagocytes. So anyway, though it cleanses itself, but still lots of um, impurities would be there, and because of that they used to have dysentery. Even once I also had, when I was in Belur Math, and I was emaciated that time. Yes.
Panchanani Dasi, who was called Jadu's mother, was another maidservant for the Dakshineswar temple. She was a young widow who lived in Karmarhati. Her son, Jadu, had died at an early age. Her duty was to wash the worship utensils used in the temple. Sometimes she stayed with the mother at night in the Nahabad. When the master's devotees began to arrive, Jadu's mother helped Holy Mother clean the dishes, pots, and pans. She recalled.
Okay, say one thing, how to call. Here, people call by name. Even one can call one's mother by name, mother by my name. I have seen here people call like that. But in India it's different. And ladies, nobody asks their name. I mean, now it is a different situation. But that time nobody would ask any lady's name. So how to understand? So Jadu's mother or Amuk aunts, like Sri Ramakrishna would call Holy Mother as aunt of Ramlal. Ramlal's aunt. Ramlaler Khudi. So similarly, ladies would not utter the name of their husband. It is out of respect. But now it is like Western country almost. But in villages you can still find such practices. So it is Jadu's mother. And this is, Swami Chetananji Maharaj has collected all these things. Yeah, go ahead.
We belong to a low caste. My duty was to clean the utensils of the temple. I noticed that many people bowed down to the master and the mother, and I had a desire to bow down to the mother and touch her feet. But she was a Brahmin, and so I did not dare touch her. But the mother fulfilled my desire. One day, while cutting vegetables, the mother cut her finger and it was bleeding. As soon as she saw me, she said, "Jadu's mother, my finger has been cut. Please quickly bring a piece of torn cloth and bandage my finger." I found a piece of cloth nearby and bandaged her finger. Then I bowed down and touched her feet. The mother said, "Your desire is fulfilled now?" I replied, "What do you say, mother?" She said nothing and kept quiet. It seems she read my mind and fulfilled my desire.
So it is the case, yes.
There was a Muslim community in Dakshineshwar, and some of its members would come to the Ghazi Tala, a Muslim shrine located in the Dakshineshwar temple compound.
Gaji is like when they kill certain number of people or convert certain number of people, they are called Gajis. So in Bengal, lots of Gaji Tala is there. So they generally Sufis, and they used to convert lots of Hindus to Muslim. So Gaji Tala, that's why.
So the Sufis converted? Hindus into Sufism?
Yeah, not yeah, Sufism or into Islam.
Mm.
Uh, and Gaji Tala means a, there should be a tree, and there are some majar, and that is what they called Gaji Tala. At Dakshineshwar also there was one. Hmm.
So Dakshineshwar not only had several different Hindu temples like Shiva or Kali, but it also had a Muslim temple there. So
Not
there was a
temple, they don't believe in temples. But majar means burial place. Okay, so wherever they burial, so this is a kind of imitation. Actually, that's also not uh, Islamic, but later added. Okay, go ahead.
Ramakrishna practiced Islamic sadhana there.
Why
Jahida
I said
Bibi.
this? Because you cannot depict uh, the Muhammad, or even symbol also is idolatry. But later, actually Swamiji said, when you see moon in the first or second day, and you face yourself towards Makkah for praying, that is also a symbolism. So it is difficult for human being to get rid of all symbolism. We find in army there is a piece of cloth, colored cloth, it is flag. For that, people sacrifice their life. So symbolism cannot be eradicated from the minds of human being. So anyway, that is where lots of Sufi shrines are there. Yes, go ahead. Even at Belur Math we have one.
Because
Okay.
The Sufis were kind of a blend between Hinduism and Islam, weren't they?
Mystic, but not all Sufis. Some, it happens. Uh, like many looks like diamonds, but diamonds are very rare. So anyway, Sufi, they follow a little different kind of Islam, where they are they have relationship with God, and they are always jo bhi hai wo bhi Allah, everything is God. So in Turkey also, that the dervish that go round and round, they are also follower of this uh, this kind of Islam. Yes.
Jahida Bibi was a poor Muslim woman who had no close relatives, but she raised an orphan boy named Sheikh Katir, who was a distant relative. She survived by begging for alms. One day she hadn't received anything, so she approached Holy Mother in the Nahabat for help. The mother gave her rice, vegetables, and a cloth. During the Muslim festival, the mother would send offerings to the Ghazi Tala. Holy Mother was fond of the Muslim children who came to the Nahabat for sweets.
That time there was no much difference, and then Sri Ramakrishna himself did sadhana, converting himself into Islam. So for 3 days and 3 nights, he practiced Islam. And that time a Govinda, one Sufi saint came. He was genuine, and Sri Ramakrishna took Diksha from him in Allah mantra, whatever mantra is there. So he practiced. And that is why whatever we see, the truth there, Maybe it is protected by Sufi saints. Yes.
A group of fishermen lived at Malpara in Dakshineswar near the Devamandal Ghat. They would sing while catching fish in the Ganges at night, and in the morning they would sell the fish in the market. Their wives would sell fish from door to door. Kshanti Dasi, Patal Dasi, Kshirod Dasi, Narayana Dasi, Padma Dasi, Golap Dasi, and other women used to sell fish in Dakshineswar. Aryadaha, Kamarhati, and Alambazar. Patal Dasi recalled, "We used to go in a group to the temple ghat of Dakshineswar to bathe. We then met the mother in the Nahabat and talked to her. I was young then. The whole Panchavati area was full of trees and bushes. In the beginning, the mother inquired about us, and later we became very close to her. We talked to her frankly about our homes, husbands, children, in-laws, and even our quarrels with our husbands.
Yeah.
Once Kishirod had a fight with her husband, and he pushed her to the ground as a result. And as a result, one of her teeth was broken. This made the mother angry, and she said, "How badly these men treat their wives. Without women, they cannot function, yet they oppress their wives and show their brute force." She wrote,
Shirod.
Stop talking to your husband, but do all your household duties. Serve food to your husband, but don't show your affection voluntarily. Let him think that everyone in this world is equally valuable. Shirod followed the mother's advice, and later her husband was remorseful and apologized to her.
Yeah. So, mother um, was very kind to them and would advise like that. And that time, even nowadays also, some men are like that. But mostly now mm, they have improved themselves. But this is because of the patriarchal society. Though the center of a family is mother, but somehow men take prime position that I am the householder. I mean, the person is the head of the family, and everybody has to obey him. So that was the reason. But now it has improved a lot. Yes.
Once Mokshada's daughter had a bad fever, and the medicine of a Kaviraj could not cure her. When the mother heard about it, she gave an offered flower to Mokshada and instructed her to place it on her daughter's head, which cured her. The mother asked about what we cooked at home, and we learned that she was fond of sajina, a kind of vegetable, bitter leaves.
The drumstick, Sajina is drumstick.
Bitter leaves of the patal plant, and kamranga, a kind of sour fruit. Yashoda would catch small fish and oysters. When the master was sick in Kashipur, the doctor prescribed oyster soup for him. We knew that the mother would hurt herself opening the oysters, so we helped her to do that. Now most of our companions are gone except Golapi and me. Golapi was quite young, so the mother was fond of her. Mother gave us sweets and fruits and invited us to attend kirtan or yatra in the temple. We were illiterate women and had no idea how great she was, but we felt that she was an embodiment of compassion. The mother also gave us clothes, vermilion, and oil. Once Kshirod was possessed by a spirit. A Kaviraj, a sorcerer, and a Molavi all tried but could not give her any relief. Finally, the mother sent a bottle of oil and asked her to rub it all over her body. This cured her, but Kshirod did not live long. At that time, the Charak fair, the last day of the Bengali year, was held in the fishermen's area. One of us bought a palm leaf fan for the mother, which made her very happy. She showed our small gift to others. It is not possible to forget the mother.
Yeah, two, three things. One is Chadak. Chadak, that's a special festival, and they at that time they some physical feat is also shown, like they hang themselves from back and then go round and round, um, and some other rituals are there, and then mm, that fan, like palm leaf fan. So palm leaf has got a longer ear. So they cut beautifully and they make fan like this, hand fan. You can see the Japanese fan, but that says you can fold it. But just imagine that it's without cutting, the whole leaf is taken. And then, Maulavi. Maulavi means a Muslim exorcist. Yeah. So there, that time there was not much difference. Hindus, Muslim, they lived together. Um, Even now there is some un- understanding, but that time it was more, people were closer. Yes.
Swami, so even it seems that Holy Mother would shower her grace even on just the random person. So there must have been 1,000 people that she showered her grace on, because they hear somebody who was just would see her very very little and yet gain so much. It's-
Yeah, like see, like a mother was revered, and later she interacted with many other people. But when she was in Dakshineshwar, not many people, only say some ladies or close devotees, they only knew about Holy Mother.
but even these ladies, these servants, like these Muslim girls, got so much grace from her.
Yeah,
They
yeah. So,
didn't come as disciples; they came as.
Mother had that grace, so everybody would be attracted to her. So, especially ladies, and she had that um, compassionate face, so naturally.
These unsophisticated women loved Holy Mother with innocent hearts, and the Mother poured her affection upon them. After the Mother left Dakshineshwar, Golapi regularly came to the Ganges for her bath. On the way back home, she would carry a jug of water to wash the step of the Nahabat where Holy Mother would sit. Shashi Samanta, a son of a temple official, wrote, "One day I asked Golapi why she was washing that place. She replied, 'Sir, the Mother lived here for a long period and blessed us. I washed the spot where she sat. This will do me good for my next life.' I was dumbfounded observing her devotion."
See, like that. So simple heart, you know. Um, those who are simple hearted, they are closer to God. Yes.
Golapi told 2 stories about the Mother. Once my husband was suffering from fever. There was no hope for his life. The Ayurvedic doctor said that he was now in the hands of God. He told me to pray to him. We all began to cry. I was young then. Patal Dasi came and consoled me. That night I was seated near the head of my husband. I was not fully awake or fully asleep. I heard someone say to me, "Touch this flower offered to Mother Kali to his head." My dream broke. I did not see anyone around. I was scared to think that my husband would die. In the morning I went to the temple. I entered through the north gate and came near the Nahabat. I saw the Mother standing in the veranda with a small bundle in her hand. My goodness! In my dream I had seen a similar bundle. When I bowed down to her, the Mother said, "It is good that you have come. I was waiting for someone from your area who could take this bundle to you. There is a flower offered to Mother Kali in it. Touch it to your husband's head. Let the doctor continue his treatment. There is a piece of rock candy in it also. Make rock candy syrup and give it to your husband." When the Mother handed over the bundle to me, I cried and asked, "Mother, will my husband live?" The Mother replied, "My child, birth and death are not in human hands. God knows everything. Pray to him. I touched that flower to my husband's head, and he continued taking that Ayurvedic medicine. His fever was gone within a few days. From time to time after that, the mother sent some fruits for my husband.
Yeah, this happened to even Girish Chandra Ghosh. Girish Chandra Ghosh was a mm, say wayward person in the beginning, but later he became very dedicated to Sri Ramakrishna. So after the passing away of Sri Ramakrishna, and a few tragedies happened in his life also. His son passed away, his wife passed away. So he was very, very sad. So Swami Niranjananji took him to Jairambati. And one day, Girish Chandra Ghosh, he was a great dramatist also. So one day after taking bath in a pond, he went to mother to offer his pranam. And before that, he never saw the face of mother. So in village, mother would not be so shy, would remove her veil. So after offering his pranam, then he looked at Holy Mother. Then said, "Mother, you?" And mother smiled, "Yes, my child." So what happened when Girish Chandra Ghosh was a young child, and he was suffering from some disease, and he was at the verge of dying. But one night he saw a dream. In that dream, a divine deity came with red bordered sari, and then took him at her lap. And that time he remembered that though it was in dream, but that was vivid dream. And he remembered that face, and gradually he became fine. He recovered. So after so many years, when he saw the face of mother, he immediately recognized. Said, "Mother, you?" And mother also smiled, "Yes, my child." So mother was not ordinary, and this happened to other people also. So mother saved uh, that girl's husband. Yes, go ahead.
Swami was Swami Niranjanananda. Was he very close to Girish? I don't read about. We don't hear about Swami
Yeah.
Niranjanananda.
Swami Niranjananji is saver of many lives. If you remember, first Swami Vivekananda and direct disciples, they went to Antpur, the birthplace of Baburam Maharaj, their ancestral home. And on 24th of December, like in one day they were making a dhuni. Dhuni means a fire. They were sitting and meditating. All of a sudden, Narendranath, Swami Vivekananda, started speaking about Christ and his sacrifice, his renunciation of this world for God. And it was so inspiring. Everybody took vow then and there that they will dedicate their lives for the welfare of the world. And later they discovered that was 24th of December. That's why we observe that day, Christmas Eve. So there also Niranjananji saved the life of Swami Trigunatitananda. And when Girish Chandra Ghosh was in distress, he saved him also. Similarly, a few other incidents also happened, and he was savior. Though apparently we don't hear not much about Swami Niranjananji, but he was one of the that out of 6 Nitya Siddhas. Nitya Siddha means ever pure, ever perfected. Nitya Siddha. So 6 like Narendranath, then Brahmanandaji, then Swami Vivekananda, Swami Brahmananda, Swami Premananda, Swami Nitya Niranjanananda, like that. So 6 out of 6 he was one. And he was gatekeeper for Sri Ramakrishna. He was gatekeeper of even Swamiji. So lots of incidents are there regarding that. I think today is time, so we'll stop here. Okay, we say our prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tatsat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Akshay, any question?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Like if the world is reflection of God, then why it is called unreal?
Repeat it.
If the world is reflection of God, then why it is called unreal?
Okay. Okay. You are standing in front of a mirror, right?
Yes.
Okay. Your image is your reflection?
Yes.
Okay. You move out of that place. Is the image there?
No.
Is it real or unreal?
Unreal.
Okay. You dream, right? In say tonight also maybe it's day there. After that, you are going to sleep. You see dream, and maybe you are walking with someone, and that is real, right? When you see it. But when you wake up in the morning, say suppose you got a lottery of say $1 million, but in the morning, oh, it was a dream. You realize that it was a dream. Do you weep for that? Okay.
No.
Suppose you got 2 laddus there. Or maybe you ate sumptuously in your dream. Then in the morning, can you say your mother, Mother, I have already ate, so no need of eating. Do you say that?
No.
So, the reflections, it may look real. Why? Because the substratum is real. You are the reality. When you are standing in front of a mirror, you are real. The image that you are projecting, that is not real, but it has reality behind. So what we do, seeing that image, we try to see this person. So it has some kind of something is there, some reality. That reality is you. So what we do, we shave, right? So seeing the image, we shave here. We don't shave there. Birds, they pick. They pick. Because they have limited understanding. Monkeys, they also fight in the beginning. Then they try to see what is that other side. They discover that, oh, there is nobody. Then they leave. But human being also when they are, say, 2 years old, They don't know. After that, after 2 years or 3 years, then only identity comes. They put a bindi here, just to experiment, do some experiment. So when they see the image and they don't find, so they can recognize, oh, this is not me. So it comes after the age of 2. So what is the answer? If it is projected, why it is not real? Because it is projected, you are the reality. On you, whatever is projected, that looks like real. But the reality is within you. Yes, we can take the otherwise also. Whatever is projected, it is created by God. So God is there, God is here. So God alone is. That way also you can see. So as of now, no need of seeing that other people are not real. Because we see, we have to honor. When you are standing in front of mirror, then you see yourself. So you are there. You see yourself in mirror. So we see this world, actually we project ourselves. That's why if you hurt someone, you hurt yourself. But as of now, no need of going to that far away when you are interacting with the world. Yeah.
From Linda ji. She says, she asks very simply how to move past Raga Dvesha, how best to accomplish this.
Okay, good. So Raga Dvesha. Raga means attachment, Dvesha means aversion. When we see it is me alone who is projected in front of me. Say my image, do I have anger for that image? No. So Raga or Dvesha, I am not attached there also. After certain time we move away. So better, so two ways we can take. Either it is my reflection, this whole world is my reflection, so there is no need of being angry or being attached. Otherwise we can see it is all God, created by God. And God alone is existing. Tat srishtva tadevanu pravishat. So there is no need, or even I cannot hate myself. Nobody can hate oneself. That's why when there is love, then there is no hating. But hate comes when we have likings and dislikings. And we see we are different, then only we hate. So I think this way we can solve this, that we have to see this whole world is nothing else but God. Jo Ram, in each heart, the same Rama is the son of Dashrath. Jo Ram Dashrath ka beta, wahi Ram ghat ghat mein leta. So this way we can, there is one shloka for safety. Safety, what is that shloka? Bhavadvaitam sada kuriyat, karyadvaitam na karyachit. Bhavadvaitam means in bhava you can have this whole world is one, created by God, I am also created by God. So this is a kind of Advaita. Or my reflection. So this is, we have to keep in mind. But when you are interacting with this, you have to keep that Advaita away. What you have to do, as the situation demands, we have to interact like that. So if there is fire, if say, oh, fire is also God, I am also God, so let me embrace. Or the truck which is coming from the other side of the road, Oh, it is also Brahman, I am also Brahman. Then this limited adjunct will go away. So as of now, we are to behave according to the situation. Jokhon jamon, tokhon temon. And whatever situation is there, one should interact accordingly. So this way, we have to think, as everything is created by Mother, that's a Mother also. Everything is created by God. And whatever way we can serve, that is that we have to do. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Swamiji. Thank you.
Jai Ma.
Jai Ma.
प्रणाम स्वामी जी
Namaste, namaste.